when you're starting from scratch, you're somebody new that's starting the business today. Yeah. And in today's world, knowing what you know today, I'm coming out of training, our Gable training. I'm walking into that office for the first time, and Stephanie and her session with me was talking about how she sought out people in her office and latched onto them and so forth. So I'm latching on to you today, like I did Dick Farrell in the old days, and you're going to tell me, Roger, here's step one.
Yeah. So step one is, I really think you have to write something that you're going to commit to. Zig Ziglar talks a lot about goals and the importance of them being written down. And I love, everything that man ever created, because it was just so easy to listen to and so right. If you're not committed to something, you're not going to do it. This is not an easy business. Right. There's plenty of rejection. There's plenty of people that, if you're representing buyers right now, think about how many homes you have to show just to get a contract accepted. Right. I mean, that's demoralizing.
Right. Or worse, today, how many offers do you have to write on properties to get one accepted?
Well, this is what I'm saying. And so you've got to really get with yourself before you go into battle, right? Before you enter the industry and before you go out and say, here's what I'm going to do. I think you have to have a really clear idea of what your goals are. And they could be monetary, like I want to make X, and then you break it down. Okay, if I make $100,000, I have to do this many transactions. Where am I going to get those transactions from? And look at all the different sources. Okay, in my day, right? That makes me sound old.
Yeah.
In my day, though, when I started, going door to door was no big deal, right? Now, people still go door to door, but it's a little different in a COVID world. Mm-hmm. How many people are going to answer their door to talk to you with a mask over your face?
Right.
The answer is probably not too many.
Right.
You're not even supposed to drop things at people's doorsteps the way I used to if somebody didn't answer their door.
But you don't want to forget the fundamental concept here. It's like you were at the door knocking on doors or calling people, but the concept is meet someone, get them to know you.
Well, this is my transition. My transition is, since that may not be what you're going to do today, how do you communicate with people about what's happening in their area? See, the problem we have as real estate agents is we don't think in terms of the client. In all aspects of this business, we think in terms of ourselves. Mm-hmm. It's a real problem. Okay. I see it every day. Mm-hmm. And if you're thinking in terms of, let's say that you work in Northridge, right? There's so much happening here in the real estate world. There's all kinds of ways that you could tap into it. Maybe you notice that there's a lot of people that have rental property. How do you get in touch with those people and tell them what's happening and talk to them about Proposition 19 or whatever it may be that they need to now know about, so they'll sell their rental property with you? I mean, honestly, it's embarrassing how many ways there are to generate business in our business, and yet people either aren't willing to do them, don't think about them, don't ask people, hey, how could I do this? I mean, for me, I would go after sellers because when you have a listing,
it's a core business.
You have it. Yeah, it's the key to everything.
Right.
And if you really want buyers, the best way to get a buyer is to have a listing, right? These days. Yeah. So figure it out. All right, I'm going to make $100,000. That means I have to sell 10 houses. Where am I going to find 10 sellers? What are the lead sources that I can use? Right? What's the technology I can use? Mm-hmm. How can I communicate with these people about stuff that they might be interested in? Would it be just listed, just sold calls? Could be. I mean, I would make just listed, just sold calls, frankly, if I was starting in the business.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, our company just listed the home around the corner from you over on Aspen Way. You're not going to believe this. We got it sold for $750,000. Did you know that?
Or in today's world, calling on all your offers lost. I have a buyer who wanted to buy your house, or wanted to buy this house, and they were 7 offers they'd lost. Would you like to talk to them? So
you
every market,
understand this. You think in terms of where is there an opportunity?
Right.
And the answer is there's all kinds of opportunity.